SAFM, South Africa's news and information leader.
Government considers legalizing trade in rhino horn, and South Africa steps up efforts to help Burundi accelerate post-conflict reconstruction. Good afternoon. The government is considering legalizing trade in rhino horn as a means of controlling the market and preventing the illegal killing of the animals. The Minister of Water and Environmental Affairs, Edna Molewa, says as yet rhino horn trade is not on the cards. Responding to a parliamentary question, she said a study was being conducted following a ministerial summit held in October last year. She says the result of the study will determine what steps must be taken to protect rhinos from being poached. Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan says government does not want to increase the burden on taxpayers with the introduction of the proposed National Health Insurance Program. According to a policy paper, the NHI will require 125 billion rand in 2012 and 214 billion rand by 2020. Gordhan says the program will be funded through public finances, contributions from employers, surcharges and partnerships with the private sector. The NHI will be piloted in 10 areas across the country from next year. The Department of Transport says new lower toll tariffs for Gauteng announced today will provide much relief for motorists. Light vehicles will cost 40 cents per kilometre on the Gauteng Freeway Improvement Project, down from 50 cents, while motorcyclists will pay 24 cents and longer vehicles 2 rands per kilometre. People using e-tags will get a 31% discount. Deputy Transport Minister Jeremy Cronin says there is no set date as to when the tariffs will kick in.
Really what we're focusing on is we've built this now, it's a freeway, it's not for free. There's a 20 billion rand debt and we need to recoup it, and we're doing so through these tariffs. I should also say that we've exempted entirely from tariffs commuter taxis and commuter buses that qualify, that have operating licenses to be on the system.
The city of Johannesburg says it simply does not have the means to provide alternative accommodation for people evicted by private landlords in the CBD. The city is challenging a Supreme Court of Appeal judgment which found that the policy was unconstitutional in the Constitutional Court. It argues that its temporary housing cannot stretch to accommodate those who face eviction by private landlords. The city's lawyer, Jeremy Gauntlet.
What we currently get from the occupiers is, look, there is a large tin trunk of money under the city of Johannesburg's bed, 29 billion rand budget, which must reflect a huge disposable income, and that there is this sense that what you can do is at any stage within the confines of the Constitution and the housing legislation rob Peter to pay Paul.
South Africa has stepped up efforts to help Burundi accelerate post-conflict reconstruction and development. This emerged after a number of bilateral trade and investment agreements were signed in Bujumbura. President Jacob Zuma, accompanied by several cabinet ministers, is on a state visit to Burundi. South Africa regards the landlocked state as a country with great economic potential. Addressing the media after talks with his host, Pierre Nkurunziza, Zuma reiterated South Africa's commitment to assist Burundi attain its socio-economic development goals.
For peace to be seen by the ordinary people that it works, you must develop the country. You must have economic development. And therefore we believe South Africa has a role again to play in ensuring that there is business opportunities on both sides. So we are here with the companies from South Africa who are looking for all business opportunities that they will come across.
And finally, Britain will consider calling in the army in future riots to free up police to deal with troublemakers. Addressing an emergency parliamentary session in London, Prime Minister Edwin Cameron said the government would not tolerate riots and looting of the kind that spread across England in the last week. Cameron says police will receive powers to make people remove face masks where riots are feared. He says officials are also looking into ways to stop people using social media to organize criminal activities.
Everyone watching these horrific actions will be struck by how they were organized via social media. Free flow of information can be used for good, but it can also be used for ill. So we are working with the police, the intelligence services and industry to look at whether it would be right to stop people communicating via these websites and services when we know they are plotting violence, disorder and criminality.
Recapping the top story, the government is considering legalizing trade in Narayana Horn as a means of controlling the market and preventing the illegal killing of the animals. Headlines at 3:30.